The Bourne Bridge
Is
goes to.
traffic flow
supplying the
from
vineyard.
Boston,
Yeah, I've asked the same
Providence,
questions.
So we don't know that.
various ways of
No.
getting to the vineyard at a
But-
cost
But it
of.
wouldn't be rocket science because we know how many trucks are going over.
You
Suppose
could
we
do
had
it,
our
yeah, you
own
could do it, but you just sit there and count them.
vision.
Oh, yeah, it's the average.
On-
But
on
no, they-
a guy.
The Cape Cod Commission does a couple
An
times a year. They
animated
do.
PowerPoint.
They
Trucks
put the
driving
lines
around.
out. They can tell if it's a truck or not.
Yeah, okay.
So I mean,
That's
if
what
I had to
they're
guess, it's
struggling
probably
over.
20%.
This is
That would be my
How
guess. I don't know.
to
I'm just
relieve
totally
traffic
guessing.
in
Yeah.
Buzzards
A
Bay.
lot of people live on the Cape. so-
And they have a big, their Chamber of Commerce was there saying, we like the traffic. And the lady says, I live there, I hate it, you know. So they've got their own battle
So,
going.
Bill, we will go to this, 'cause this seems important from the safety issue.
Well, you see,
and-
you see the actors and it's,
Uh-huh.
I don't know, for me.
And this is more of a this is more of a state level type activity.
This is where
This
the
is DOT,
Corps of
yeah,
Engineers,
That help you at all?
yes,
Yeah.
the Corps
Yeah,
of
I'm gonna look that up.
Engineers-
Thanks, Ann. If I can't find that, then maybe I'll ask you for the link.
Yes.
Great,
Mhm.
thank you.
This involves,
Where did you find that? Or how did you come
I think I
across?
found it MassDOT.
and
I
that's
see.
great.
Yeah, I took notes.
Okay.
Can you find another one of those on the,
I will post it I'll ask Ann if I
because
can't get it.
that's a long list of folks who are involved,
Yeah.
which is great.
That
Southeastern
looks- I
Massachusetts
mean, that-
Regional ITS Architecture.
Yeah, I'd never even heard of it,
Intelligent Transportation
Systems,
ITS, yeah.
I don't know if that's a private company who did that or.
No, I think it's the
It's
feds.
DOT
It's some
or-
kind of-
Okay.
And then it's,
Yeah.
this is-
So there was
this is
that meeting,
official.
Bill. But you also went to New Bedford, and that was what was the
Phil?
what findings were there?
Phil Richardson
Phil, yeah.
and
Wow, there
three of
was,
us went, and John Nolan.
that's a very nice report by the Enterprise reporter from the, at the
And,
meeting in Hyannis. That was,
This
Oh,
was
no,
this
no,
was
you
after
mean-
the Falmouth meeting. Yeah.
this is not found.
I actually had a suspicion that she.
Is that Andrea?
Yeah, this was the. I thought that. I don't think she was at this meeting, was she?
I don't, no, I
Yeah.
didn't see her.
I
no.
think she looked very carefully at the steamship's
Film?
summary.
Oh, okay.
Actually, the film is available now. I don't think it was available when this came out. 'Cause it looked like it was pretty close. I mean, then she made a couple of phone calls, but it was good. I mean, I especially liked the headline, if nothing else.
And what day was that?
That was last Friday.
Oh, last
Yeah.
Friday, okay.
Look for tomorrow. Bill's gonna. We'll have a letter to the editor. in
Well,
the
I
next
sent a
week or
letter
two.
to the editor today.
Yeah. This is something we think is useful.
But I
So
don't
if
want
every
to
two or
be a detour from
once a month or
one
so,
more
if we could.
enabling act.
No, I think we're finished with the Enabling Act for now.
Oh.
Bill, and, were there other comments about the Enabling Act, or?
I'm done.
No, except
the
now I
second
think we
part of our-
need to
We
Put
need to
in
return
some
to it. Yeah.
put in some form so that we meet with Conley and say, look, here's our,
Yeah.
this is what we're gonna talk about, these 27 things, including
Yeah.
getting rid of
Well,
it
why don't-
entirely.
I'll try to write up, summarize what's been said tonight, and then maybe you and I could meet. And I don't know if we're ready for Michael at our next meeting. Maybe we need to meet one more time among ourselves.
Maybe we can
I
talk
mean-
Phil into meeting with us, because he understands a lot
When
of
he-
this.
Okay.
Maybe we can talk.
I mean, we don't have a
Phil
date
into-
yet from Michael. We talked about sometime in January, and he
Or anybody else
busy.
who
He was up
wants
in
to.
Boston today.
But rather than,
I'm gonna be out of it until about the 14th.
okay.
Okay, yeah, I don't think Michael was gonna,
Okay.
good,
I
okay.
don't think it'll happen.
But
before
I think
then.
we'll target,
But this helps so that
some Thursday. Thursdays are generally good.
Good.
so that we don't drag him in here and say, well, we haven't read it yet, you know.
Yeah,
So this helps, that
Yeah.
we
I almost think we need another meeting before we
Ready
speak
to
with Michael.
tackle him and Eric Turkington.
Yeah,
I asked Eric if we could sit
Yeah,
down
what did
and
he
go up
say?
the history. He said, sure.
okay. Be great, I think,
Can you find the letter I
I
sent to
think we could do
Enterprise? My
that
computer
sooner rather
doesn't.
than,
Do you have
later.
a way of finding my letter?
you know, this is a kind of not by wire, this is like a total dead zone in here. I've tried to,
You have, oh,
in fact, I think they
So I
like it that
can't-
way. They sit upstairs.
so I can't find my letter to,
But I'm pretty
Bill
sure
Huff
Bill will
today.
print that at some point. Were there any other findings about that New Bedford trip? You didn't go out and look at the state pier that it was dark that evening.
no, the-
Yeah, sure.
Oh, you went down to the pier? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And went over to Packard.
Oh, you went up there?
Oh, wow.
Good, but that's chaotic. I mean,
Yeah.
it was,
you said
I don't
it was
know what was
Philly when I
going on
got it,
there.
yeah.
There were just a bunch of boats, look at, they were just talking to each other. They were you know, and a bunch of cranes moving around. I had no idea what the hell was going on. Nothing was going in, nothing was going out, but just people moving around, things moving around.
Hmm.
The new area for the staging of the windmills is
That
done, and that's it's sort of sitting there idle now. but
further
that's-
south, yeah.
Nice job there,
And is there any reason why that has to be exclusive?
no,
The steamship said there's not the roll-on, roll-off capability. That would be another
yeah.
many millions of dollars, whereas the state pier has the.
Look,
the
they got a
roll-on,
lot of
roll-off.
money. They're
They
pissing
do.
money away, they got
Here.
money up
They
the
do,
All those
yeah.
yin-yang.
funds, all those
Trying to
funds.
save
And I
a
think
little
we have to
bit,
be
yeah.
ready to say, don't give us that money
Yeah.
business, you know, what are you
Don't
talking
spend it
about?
here.
Well, they
Spend it.
certainly, yeah, well, they certainly like to
We
inflate.
look what they did out there.
They made, what was it, a million and a half last year? Was that right? Was that their
100
excess
million.
funds?
Oh, well, I don't know, I think they had like
Live with that.
10 million was their, in the
Excess,
black,
excess funds in the black?
Yeah.
So what are they, oh,
yeah. Well, they squirreled away.
they're
and then
crying
they-
all the way to
they
the
built
bank,
big
those
buildings, yeah.
people.
Did you get online, or maybe you did get online? Oh, you're
Yeah,
off wireless,
I got-
okay.
Yes, like AT&T.
Telephone,
yeah.
yeah, okay. So is there anything we need to do in the near future with New Bedford? Oh, the other development
Yes,
there
stay in
is
touch because
the mass development,
we
new
need to
ownership
go and meet mass
development.
development.
Yeah, who's just been given jurisdiction of
Right,
the
I
state
read
pier.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it turns out that Craig Johnson, I think this came out at that meeting too, I guess, bid, they're hiring a consultant to work on the state pier. And Craig Johnson was one of, who knows how many, who
Did all
are
that too.
trying. If Craig got it, it'd be great, because he knows the whole vineyard. I mean, his thing is the vineyard connection. Yeah, as soon as we find out who that consultant is, we should try to meet with them, or at least
And we
make
should
them
meet with
aware.
them.
Because I don't, meeting with mass development, that's not too
I have to
obvious
tell
to
you,
me.
it's funny,
but-
we get up to the canal group, you got us
we-
identified, registered by the
announced our-
stakeholder, and we get up there, they got a name tag waiting. Whoa!
Yeah, well, Bill wants business cards, and, well, we have.
I think we need business
we have
cards,
the
some
email
people
address
hand me
already.
business cards, I think here's our business card
And
from
hats.
Smart Citizens.
Sure, Bill wants the
Hats and
shirts at
shirts.
the meeting, yeah.
You
Smart.
Yeah.
Smart.
punch whatever one you want there.
Yeah.
Is your letter there?
Well, meanwhile, we're working, and I hope Phil will join up, working with the huge capacity reports of the daily
I don't see it.
truck
No.
activity, which really is the
This
the
is great.
statistics
I
here don't
sent-
lie, because it tells you exactly how many trucks are going over every day, and the numbers are pretty.
Yeah,
and
and
scary,
so
huh?
that's important because Lifeline? No, they.
Well, it's important what's on those
I
trucks, yeah.
sent it in today,
Oh, okay.
I just sent it today, so it's not,
It wouldn't be in, yeah, but it might be in tomorrow. Yeah.
it's in my email, but I can't seem to
You
get
sent
my
it
computer.
today, you sent it by mail today? or-
No, I sent
Email,
it.
You just
yeah.
emailed.
Some-
And I got a
depends.
Okay,
little
so-
note back from Bill Huff saying that he received it. And all it did was reframe Andrea Carter's Steamship Authority
Yeah, it's kind of a
report.
response to.
And it was simply because I thought it would be good not to leave that exactly as it was. So I really
Oh.
wrote back and simply, I reframed it in a regional system. So the Steamship Authority is just part of a regional system. And so you have to keep it in mind, there's another way to just put a frame around the Steamship Authority. So they kind
I
of
want
autonomous.
another dimension in this regional system now too. I mean, the steamship authority is primarily moving vehicles. Okay, I mean, moving the people is sort of a byproduct.
Freight.
Okay, yeah, and so, if you get rid of the cars or the trucks, then you get rid of most, a big piece of the problem. And,
If we get rid of
Mhm.
So
trucks,
let's
we
call
get
it-
rid of a lot of the problems.
let's call it, how about people transportation?
Yes.
Transportation of people and stuff rather than, I mean, it doesn't say cars,
And
but
people
it's-
can
or
go,
vehicles, but it's all vehicles.
and there's no reason in terms of a regional transportation system, I don't see there's any reason why people can't, it's a different story. They can go from all over. You can run a boat from Providence, from New Bedford, from,
New York
you
City.
could run little boats like
Yeah,
New
well, they're doing a lot of
Bermuda.
that,
You
actually.
could-
It's amazing how those
Right.
fast ferries are spreading out. They're down
The
Rhode Island.
fast
now,
ferries,
New York City, yeah.
like
I was wondering if you knew, I followed it up from a boat that was in here. It was run by Interstate Navigation, and they do all the runs from Providence and
Quonset, yeah,
Newport to Rock Island,
Quonset.
and from New London to Rock Island, and,
Yeah.
you know, it just sounded like
yeah, it's taking
there's,
off,
you
yeah.
know, maybe take a look at them and see how they work.
P-town boats go back and forth.
And how they're structured, you know, I don't think they're a state authority.
No, that's very interesting to see how
You know, because
they,
it says interstate, and so
Yeah.
they're based in Connecticut, but they're doing
is
a
the
lot of work.
steamship
in-
authority licensing the boat from P-town to Boston?
No,
How come?
Yeah, I don't know who licensed that, good question,
it's
So-
not island service.
yeah.
There we go, and then the steamship authority is crowding out this private enterprise.
Yes, they are.
Serving people well.
Yes.
And it is displacing tax revenues. that
Yes.
This private enterprise
Yes.
is contributing to the
Mhm.
economy of
Well, I
Massachusetts.
think that's right, yeah.
Yes. You see?
Sounds
go.
very
That's it.
regulating and corporate.
We
There
like-
we go, there we go, we gotta talk to all sorts of audiences,
Yes.
including the right-wing corporate.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, in Washington DC, there's a road, Route 66 is in Washington DC, and this part of it inside the Beltway has always been HOV at a certain times of day. And I forgot the details, exactly what it is, but essentially, the road that was free to cars at certain times of day, at other times of day, is now congestion-related tolls to cars. And they did it snap like that. So one day there were no tolls, and one day there are tolls, okay? The traffic on the one day, well, first the tolls, the target speed is 55 miles an hour, okay? And so the tolls go up as the congestion slows the cars. And on that first day, the maximum toll to get on if you're don't have a carpool is $34.
Wow,
There's so much congestion. But that also increased the speed by something in excess of 10 miles an hour on that very first day. And so it does seem to me that if we're going to build a transportation authority, then you have to imagine how to move whatever it is we're moving in ways that don't involve enormous number of cars or big trucks. And that there are lots of other ways of doing it. I mean, the experiment in and around Washington DC with these toll lanes is that the traffic gets off the road if you have these congestion-related fees, and the speeds go way up. The traffic jams disappear. So
They actually think people don't drive as much?
it-
Or do you think they carpool more?
Or do
what
they
are
displace onto other roads
Yeah,
and make
are
more
they
traffic
screwing
jams?
up somebody else's life?
so
There we go, yeah.
public transportation
For
would be the-
example.
would be the hope,
Yeah.
but
You know, that's what, I don't buy it if they're just pushing them off into some neighborhood.
well, they're encouraging people to
For
take the train or
example-
something supposedly.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, if that,
Or
if it
get on the
works
bus,
that
yeah.
way.
Yeah, Uber's, I was reading a piece in the Boston Globe about, maybe it's New York, no, New York Times about the Ubers that are clogging New
Yeah.
York. So the speeds from the New York streets have gone
Yeah,
down
they're
from
paying
something like
taxes, yeah.
7 to 5 miles an hour
Right.
on average.
And they're all black cars.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I went with
Yeah.
a friend into New York, and I turned around and everybody's in a black car. We're all there in a traffic jam, same black Suburbans. And the driver laughed and said, yeah, there's all Uber drivers. Anyway, but,
The funny thing about New York is, just by way of unintended consequences, is that in many situations and many areas of town, the best way to get from point A to point B the fastest is by city bike,
yes,
which is the bike sharing system
that's
they've
what my
got
nephew
there.
does. He's-
It beats the taxi usually by 30% on speed during the day. Night it's a difference.
But
so cars have made.
Gotta go,
And
okay.
then- but going
Just
back-
a couple more just a couple of announcements. We've got the,
Round.
to continue though,
you know,
just
during,
another-
Bill, let me just,
Oh,
before,
yeah.
if I could just, before Ann leaves.
Yep.
There's it's hard to know whether it's, you know, it's your time. There is a port council meeting on Wednesday this coming week. And that's the first version of the same agenda that
Right,
then will be
right.
on the
Right.
16th.
And it's down here?
It is good if some of us,
Is it
I
gonna
don't know,
be
I almost feel like we should take turns.
Is
It's-
it down
Yeah, it'll be
here?
actually probably the very last one in this building. I'm hoping to go.
And
I
then
noticed that,
Sure.
I mean, the agenda is totally boring. There's nothing about hauling
that's
garbage
Thursday the
even.
4th.
Um,
But you know, you go
It's on
on,
the 3rd or 4th. It's
Yeah.
Wednesday next week.
Wednesday.
Wednesday, the 3rd, I
yeah.
think, right.
But then you go on record, I guess, if you, right, or if you
Well, I
ask
think it's good.
or-
A couple times I come with my recorder and they announce someone is recording it. I always think there's a little bit of accountability maybe if
Say,
you're
yes, I'm
there.
recording it. Yeah.
I don't know.
You
I mean, on the other hand, it takes a very strong stomach.
Massachusetts,
Why don't you?
you
have
have
to
to
ask,
have.
yeah.
One
we-
thing
we
I
asked.
would say is,
We ask, yeah.
did I hear correctly that you just contracted to buy 4 gasoline burning buses?
Yeah, that's how they're greening the system, yeah. I
And
saw that in the
the
minutes, yeah.
vineyard
Did anyone
has
speak
just
up about
bought-
that or no?
No, they were like,
That's good, yeah.
What?
Brand new.
Gasoline?
What time?
Now,
Gasoline
someone-
burning buses.
9:30, I'm pretty
Someone
sure.
did-
I'll send
They've
out
been
an
using
announcement,
propane,
yeah.
and for
Yeah.
some reason they said,
I almost hate, those
somebody-
meetings are so dull, I
somebody
hate to
well, they,
That's all right.
ask, but it just.
EPA or the Federal Highway Administration changed some rule on seatbelts, so we couldn't get any more
Right.
of these propane burning buses. So we're gonna go with 4 huge ass,
But you know,
144,000 apiece.
Martha's Vineyard has just
Yeah, they're
ordered 4
much more progressive,
electric
yeah.
buses.
Well, I-
Yeah, it's night and day, yeah.
These people are such
Hello?
pigs. They're such pigs.
And they're putting in stations on the island for the buses to recharge.
Mhm.
Ay,
Good.
Yeah. Well, those are the only 2 announcements, the 3rd and then the 16th. Are
I
there
just
other
wanted-
events
I
coming
just
up?
wanted to add-
Oh, there's, and maybe this canal study when we get the date,
The
yeah.
canal
Have
study,
they
we get the
already
date,
contracted
and what,
with the buses?
and what is the thing next
Oh,
week?
they-
We
I'm sure
have
they have their
another,
favorite contractor, yeah.
Catherine said we needed
Oh.
to have someone at the,
Oh, at the Cape Cod Commission.
on Thursday, on the 3rd or the 4th? The 4th
Yeah,
is a
it's-
Thursday,
Of course, going to Hyannis.
Fourth is
Morning.
Thursday.
the Cape Cod Commission. Why do you think we have to be there? She
There's,
said you need
there's
to
some,
go there.
okay, well,
But I
I'll
don't-
send around the announcement.
I don't know what's there.
I haven't looked-
All
I haven't
know
seen
is
the
there's
agenda
more
either,
meetings to
yeah.
go to than pretty soon. I can
I
get
have
to.
Yeah.
my,
Oh, you've got your own, okay.
my copy at home.
Okay,
Now I
okay.
need to read
Ex-
it, sit down and read
Yeah,
it.
well, what I,
seriously.
But sort of, yeah.
just for a future date, meeting date, probably 4th, 11th, 18th, one of those Thursdays. Not aware of any quick
What's
conflicts.
your-
You said you're away,
I'm away until
The
the
14th.
14th,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, let's do the 18th.
well, let's do the 18th, then. Or excuse me, is that right?
18th is good for me.
Okay,
18?
okay. Now, are we gonna be ready for Michael then, or do we, I mean, not that we know if he could make that, or do we go?
Unless, I guess I'm gonna sit down and.
At some point, Michael, he may just wanna come, even if we're ready or
I'm gonna sit down
not.
also and try to remember items, just like Phil did. Phil
Yeah.
has all these items, so I should,
Yeah,
while they're fresh,
This-
write them down so we can combine them and say, these are,
mm-hmm,
we got 28 things we wanna ask you about.
yeah, right.
To make sure that
Maybe
we
we should have
cover
like a list
all
of
of
questions,
our.
yeah. Okay, well,
items.
maybe we can talk then.
Our
Thank you,
topics.
thanks for coming.
Thanks for doing this.
Well, we don't know what
Yes.
we're
Good
doing,
to
but we're
see
doing.
you.
Thank you for having me.
There you go.
Thanks for
Maybe it's
having me
better.
too.
This is like getting married, you know, it's a good thing you don't know what you're doing.
Well, good night.
As far as I can see.
It's hard for you to walk.
Yeah. Well, despite our numbers that are around the table, I do sense that there
Trying to
are
bail your
dozens of
kids out
people
of
who
jail
are
and do whatever you
behind
say.
us.
I think
And,
so.
I mean, if we needed people to come to a visible meeting, we could, easily have 40 or 50 people.
I think so.
So this is not in vain.
But a, pro- it,
We-
oh,
we need
well
to have a show
understood,
of
this
force.
mass maritime,
Bye-bye, thank
See,
you.
see,
And
see,
parents.
thanks.
sensible, common sense way to move goods, i.e. with the question about what's in them, is to have, and the truck drivers complain about riding the ferries, right? Because they don't make money when their trucks are not moving, so they say. And that's probably true. So the obvious common sense solution that's been on the table for a long, long time is to drop containers off in New Bedford. Load them on a freight boat or a barge, and at night, go slowly to the islands because it's cheap. And have someone else with a tractor move them around, and on the other end, take them off and distribute them. And when I talk, and